So right after that, he says this, you have heard the commandment. Again, so he's going back to the commandments, right? He's going back to the things that they already knew. You have heard the commandment that said, you must not commit adultery. But I say, now most of us again would agree that you shouldn't commit adultery, right? Okay, and if you want to have a conversation about this, you can have a conversation with somebody else about it, all right? But I say, anyone who even looks at a woman with lust has already committed adultery with her in his, what's this word right here? Heart. It's obvious what Jesus is after, right? He's after our hearts, not our outward obedience. So oftentimes we take a passage like this, and here's what we say. So oftentimes we say this, women, make sure that you are not tempting other men because of what Jesus said, right? But that is not exactly what he's saying. He is lifting women up in that platform, in that environment. You see, in that environment, men got to do, especially if you were a powerful man, you got to do whatever you wanted with whomever you wanted. And you can just justify it with your riches. You can justify it by stating maybe something that was actually false, maybe looking at the law in a certain way, right? And they were actually, so Jesus is elevating the status of women in that environment. All of a sudden, the women felt a part of something new. There's a reason why he said men in this time, in this way, because he's challenging the men. So oftentimes we put it on women and we say, well, women, don't do anything to cause us to lust, right? That is not what Jesus is saying. Rather, here's what we should be saying. We should be saying, what is wrong with our hearts that we often think of others as a sexual conquest rather than a child of God? You see, that question exposes our hearts, and it exposes actually who we are or who Jesus wants us to be. It's not about our outward appearances, it's about our inward focus.